Is that recording? Right, go on, Neil, do your pre-warm-up.
Hello everybody, hold on, can hear me, can't you? Bloody hell, right. Well, my name's Neil and I'm here to talk to you about a healing journey that I've been through in my life and why particularly I do what I do today. So today I've opened a college, my own college, which is the Holistic College, and primarily that is a place where I'm teaching people the key skills that I learned on my own healing journey. And these skills are sound healing, meditation, and spiritual and shamanic practices. Woo, sounds scary. So it happened about 7 years ago. I'm from Darlington originally. I grew up in Darlington, left to go to London, went to theatre school I went to theatre school in London. It was the Billy Elliot story, literally. Camp Darlington, kicking my legs around in a theatre school for 3 years. I can't remember much of it. I was pissed most of the time, right? And it was like university days out there having a ball in London. After I left theatre school in London, I then went to Ibiza to ruin my kidneys even more, to do drag shows, be outrageous for another 6 years out in Ibiza. And then coming back to London, moving backwards and forwards, my personal life started to become absolutely disastrous. It was great fun on the photos, being absolutely legless in karaoke bars, in drag, falling around, drinking bottles of tequila, hilarious in the photos, but eventually that was turning into some quite toxic, addictive behaviours. And that reflected in the relationships that I was having too. So the relationship I had then came to a head and a big massive collapsing, falling down of everything, and I was out on the streets and we'd had massive arguments, and I decided that was it. I needed to reconnect to my soul. What was I missing? I just felt for some reason I was missing a connection to my soul. So I went onto YouTube and I did this YouTube meditation, and there was this lady who came to me in my vision, and she was in the skies and she was swimming around in the deep stars, and I hadn't taken anything. I was clean and I was sober, nothing. And this woman had said to me in this vision, Om Parajitaya Nama. It's not a joke, but it sounds like it. I'm just that kind of person, flippant and facetious. Om Parajitaya Nama. And I said, oh, right, I wonder what that means. So I went to work, and then the next day I saw a poster for a meditation class, and I looked at it, and it was all these people sitting down with their legs crossed. And I was like, I can't do that. There's no way I'm going in there. No, you'd sooner find me in a football match. And then somebody messaged me and said, are you coming? I said, okay. Long story short, went to the meditation class. There was a live group on singing, and I was really into music. I loved it. I played the guitar when I was a kid. And then the group invited us all to sing along with a song at the end, a mantra. And I said, okay then. And they said the words to this mantra are, Om Parajitaya Nama. And the room went silent. Yeah. It was exactly what that woman in the clouds had said to me. And I went, okay, there's got to be something about this. I stayed in the meditation centre for about 3 years. No drink, no mate, no sex, and obviously no drugs. Meditating twice a day, meditating every day, but meditating twice a week as well in the centre, and it was so bloody wholesome. Very different to my life in Darlington, very different to my life in Ibiza, and very different to my life that I'd been living so far in London. We were having fun, real, wholesome, natural fun, and it was so safe. So safety was an important thing in my healing journey, having a safe and easy space to go to. And then after 3 years of being there in the meditation centre, I finished the meditation, and then I started suffering with what I now know as post-traumatic stress disorder flashbacks. So I'd been clean for 3 years, meditating, literally like a little flower growing in the garden. All of a sudden, everything that had happened to me in my life that had caused me to make the decisions I'd made flashed back to me like a movie. That was a breakdown moment. So at that moment, I then had to deal with everything that had happened to me in my life leading up to that point. And so we're talking about grooming, sexual abuse, financial abuse, discrimination, violence, having physical crime committed against me. All of these things I'd pushed into the back of my mind and never thought about them ever again, not considering that those events and those traumas that had happened to me in my life were the reason why I was making destructive decisions in the present moment, albeit great and funny on photos, but actually fairly destructive and toxic decisions. So that's when I started to go and look out for therapies. I went through the court system with the abuse story, and I also went through other different systems, and that was really tough. So anybody who thinks that having been abused is something easy to sweep under the carpet, when you're actually dealing with it, it's not. So just keep your ears out and your eyes out for anybody you know who might even be inferring that they're going through that kind of a process. Because let me tell you, it is going to really test you as a human being. So how did I deal with it? Well, I dealt with it, first of all, with all of my woo-woo practices, which were absolutely fantastic for what I was going through as it happened. Meditation, giving me a safe and secure, grounded place to be every day, because I built up a practice which meant that I could be in stillness, in a feeling good place, but not only that, be present and aware of what's really happening around me. Meditation helped me through all of that. Sound healing, expressing myself and being creative. For me, essentially, sound healing is about being creative and sharing something of myself with others. You might do that through art, through creative crafts. You might do that through your sport or anything. That was an essential part of what I did. And sound called to me because it was a spiritual practice. And then thirdly, the shamanic work that I did. Shamanism is a nature-based practice. It's based on the elements, and it's based on the principle that everything that exists has a spiritual energy. So there is nothing that doesn't have a spiritual energy. Rocks, chairs, people. The more organic the thing is, or even the more alive the thing is, like us, we've got the most spiritual energy out of anything on the planet. Plants have their spiritual energy. Crystals have their spiritual energy. Even plastic has got a little bit of spiritual energy. So you can see where I'm going. The more organic and the more alive the thing is, the more spiritual energy that thing has. And also working with the elements. So the element of air, and giving it a correspondence into life. So air would mean for me thinking, mind, inspiration. It would also mean things that are unseen. Working with earth. Earth means things that are physical, things that are definitely seen. It's your body and your physical health. And when we work through the 4 elements like that, we're working with what's also known as transpersonal psychology, which means you are segmenting your personality and your life into different areas so that you can look at them and address them and balance them out. that helped me massively. So in all the 7 years that I've been practicing and been reworking my life, those have been the key skills which I've picked up and been sharing with people. And really, then there comes the neurodiversity part. So aside from all of that, I was so curious to find out about neurodiversity. First of all, I was like, oh, it's just another word. But then I went and figured out, oh, do you know what? People have looked at neurodiversity and they've actually set up really good help and support systems for it. I think that's really important. So when I went to see the experts in neurodiversity, particularly to check out about ADHD and what that means, they said, yes, you've got ADHD, and just that answer gave me so much meaning to the way I am, the way I think and the way I act. And that's another brilliant way to learn and understand about yourself. So the moment when you know you've got something, the moment you give a name to something that you are, is the moment you can own it. And I also feel that the brain works in an incredible way in that when there is more to be sensed and perceived, the brain will open out to perceive and sense it. So I'm talking about the spiritual energy of all things. So when you can come to terms with the fact that everything has a vibration and an energy which is bigger than the physical thing itself, your brain also expands and widens up to take in that perception and understanding of the world. And how does that reflect when you're sitting at a desk trying to do spreadsheets in an office? You've got no chance of paying attention to one single thing for a very long period of time because your brain has expanded to understand and feel the spirit of things. So you have to learn to manage how your brain works with that. And that's an easy process to do. Yes, and it's been a great journey. I've been helped along the way with so many teachers. So I was living in London when I started to train in sound healing, and I went down to Devon to do that training. And it was incredible to witness and to see how the vibration of everything interacts with everything else. Our body, the physical side of the body, has the densest vibration. So that's a very slow vibration. And then as you get more and more subtle, you feel the body heat around your body. We all emit out body heat. Some of us emit a body odour as well. Come on, we all know who we are with the body odour. It's usually me. So we also emit an odour. But those are finer and faster vibrations. So the faster, I'm not talking about farts, Jill. I know you're laughing because you think I'm talking about farts. The faster the vibration, the finer it gets. So when we're talking about auras, can you see auras? We can see auras and feel auras. Everybody has the innate technology within their mind to be able to see and feel auras. The finer the energy gets around the body, the subtler it gets, therefore the thinner it gets and the more transparent it gets. But it's still there. Therefore, the energy gets so thin and subtle that it actually mixes with everybody else's energy. So there is no space where we actually end energetically and the next person exists. We are just more concentrated and deeper forms of vibration. So your energetic field technically will be about 1.5 meters around you. And you'll be able to feel it if you're daft enough to put your arms out at the side and just to start moving them around to feel through that energetic field. Do you know how you can feel it? Because the palms of your hands will start feeling different sensations, tingles, temperatures, movements. Now, if you're working with an intention through the palms of your hands, to give some clearance or some balance to that, your brain will send a signal to your hands to say balance this auric field, this energy around me, this magnetic field around me. And it'll go through your hands because your hands give out a strong vibration. And as you do that, you can just cleanse your auric field just by having the thought in your mind, the belief that your hands cleanse energy. So I just like to have a little bit of a moment with everybody to do this. First of all, just put your hands in front of you. Rub them together. That's it. You're building heat. Heat is energy. Hello, Andrea. Heat is an energy. Heat is also an invisible energy. If you move your hands slightly apart, you can still feel the heat between them. Also an invisible energy is spirit. So we're talking about a spiritual energy here. Now I'm going to think that my hands are magic dusters, okay? So these are magic dusters, or they can be lights. You can just imagine that you've got a cleaning cloth in your hand or a light in your hand. And you're just going to clean around your energetic fields with that. Now, this is an energy which people also know as so many different forms of energy. Reiki energy is a similar kind of energy that comes through. What, she moved away from him, what's happened there? Oh, you want some space to keep... Well, your aura's getting bigger and bigger as we go through this, isn't it? Go around. And just, if you've ever got a headache, you can bring the hands to the back of your head. This moves into physical touch. Your body has got sensory receptors on all of your skin, okay? When you activate the sensory receptors underneath your skin, the mind sends serotonin, oxytocin and dopamine to the areas that you're actually touching. Those neurotransmitters are natural painkillers and feel-good chemicals. Hugging is healing. But some people don't like hugs because some nasty people have hugged them in the past. And that's where we come to moving into processing what's happened to you in your life so that you can accept touch from others, so that you can accept all of these wonderful and amazing ways that you can help and heal yourself and increase the quality of your life. It's amazing. So if you've ever got pain in your body and you put your hand on it, it's just as good as having a paracetamol. I promise. The reason is, it's not because of it is a magical energy if you believe everything is magical, but if you're not a magical believer, if you're a scientist, it's because the sensory receptors in your skin are connecting, your brain is sending neurochemicals around the body, which are going to send a signal of comfort. So touch is free and it's healing. Who else in the audience is a healer? Yes, hello darling, great. Healer. Everybody should be putting their hands up right now. Healing is something that we share naturally just by existing. There's not a single person in this room who has not overcome something which has been difficult, tough and traumatic in their life. Do you agree? Existing here and having the time to smile and relax and take this talk in means that you have survived, and not only that, you have overcome what life has thrown at you, and because of that you have healed yourself. That makes you a unique healing vibration. A healing vibration that only you can emit, because it comes from your life story. You are a unique vibration that the world needs. Now, when your unique vibration comes from a common place of somebody else's healing need, you only have to sit with them for that healing to take place. Your vibrations merge and balance and heal each other. We're just big vibrations. And do you know what the highest vibration is? Anybody know what the highest vibration is? Surprise, surprise! It's laughter. So what we're going to do is we're all going to take out our key. Everybody hold up your car key. Not your real car key, it's alright. I'm not going to come and check. Your imaginary car key, right? Now we're going to put this car key into the ignition, and this ignition is not your car ignition, this is your laughter ignition. Everybody put your key into the ignition. Okay, now we're going to get this laughter ignition starting to work. So the first turn. Come on, turn the key, get the laughter going. Now get the motor really going. To do that, you need to push out all of the air from your lungs. Now, laughter, if you practice it and you do it, is the highest vibration, meaning that it banishes any lower or heavier vibrations. So it's the key to healing. That's it. You feel better, don't you? Tell jokes. Laugh at each other. Laugh at each other when you're getting mad. It's funny. It's the best. Now, I'm running 3 healing courses. I'm teaching people to share sound healing, teaching people to share spiritual healing, and teaching people to share meditation as a practice. I'm doing that all with my college, which is called the Holistic College, and in 1 year we have helped over 2,000 people feel better in their lives. Thank you. Clapter. 2,000 people help people with anxiety, with trauma, with physical pain, with sleep issues, and with self-care. The idea is that once you're healed, you carry on with these good practices because it's preventative well-being. Preventative well-being means you're always carrying enough of it with you should you need it at any point, okay? So I'm over there on my table. If you want to come and have a chat with me about anything, you're welcome to. I'm doing tarot readings, and also I've brought my neuroacoustic therapy bed, which is attached to a gong bath underneath it. You can lie down on there and feel the rumble. I hope you've had a lovely time listening to me. Thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your night.